On the 11th of May, Dee Caffari set sail from Plymouth on her new Open 60 yacht Aviva, taking part in the oldest solo race in history, the Artemis Transat. Having sailed across the North Atlantic, Dee crossed the finish line in Boston 16 days later on Tuesday, 27th of May. The race is renowned as a tough North Atlantic crossing that even late spring tests the mettle of the solo sailors with dangers of icebergs, the thick Newfoundland fog and low-pressure storm systems. Created in 1960 by Sir Francis Chichester and Blondie Haslar, and often known until 2004 as the O-Star, the oldest solo race in history has created the greatest sailing legends over the last 4 decades. Taberley, Collard, Birch, Pupon, Peyron, Joyon, Desjoyer and MacArthur, to name but a few. In this race, 4 world-class solo sailors dropped out with problems, such as equipment failure and collisions with floating objects. It was not all plain sailing for Dee either, who faced electrical problems at the start of the race and at times struggled with the complexity of her new state-of-the-art ocean racing machine. However, she tackled the challenge with verve. Her confidence grew, and completing the race is a huge milestone for the solo skipper.
I've never done that before. I've never done an Open 60.
This is Dee's first solo success in the Open 60 class, following the disappointment of her dismasting in last year's B2B race. She's overjoyed to have finished, and the relief showed on the dockside in Boston.
Round the world record was an achievement, and it was something I went out and did. Yes, it's miles as a solo sailor, but the Artemis Transat was my first race. It was the first time I've been in a competitive environment, and I've literally started with the best. So I started at the top. So the fact that I finished my first race on a new boat is really cool. And that in itself qualifies me for the bigger project, which is the Vendée Globe, where I'll be facing these guys again and hopefully be that little bit more competitive and give them a better run for their money. I know that these boats are hard to sail. They're easy to sail badly and difficult to sail well. And at times, the boat and I clicked and we sailed well, and at times we didn't click and I got it wrong and I lost the miles, and I could see it. In this kind of environment, you see the mistakes very quickly, and so it was a really big learning curve in that respect. Before we left Plymouth, I did an interview and I was asked my opinion on some of the other French skippers, and I referred to Loic Perron as the Jedi Master, and his victory for the 3rd time, the only person ever to win this race for 3 times, and also the rescue of Vincent as if it was just a everyday procedure that he just, I'll just pick somebody up and carry on. It's just awesome, and he goes to reinforce my opinion that he is the Jedi Master.
The completion of the race means that Dee and Aviva have technically qualified for the Vendée Globe that starts in November and is one step closer to realising her ultimate goal, to become the first woman to sail solo non-stop around the world in both directions by completing the Vendée Globe.